Long before the rise of the Hausa kingdoms, far from the lands of West Africa, in the grand and powerful city of Baghdad, there lived a young prince named Abu Yazid. He was born into royalty. His world was filled with power, discipline, and expectation. From a young age, he was trained not just to live, but to rule. He learned the art of war, how to command men, how to think like a leader. The palace walls echoed with ambition, and everything about his life pointed toward one future. He would one day become king, but destiny had a different plan. Without warning, chaos erupted. A violent uprising shook the kingdom. Power shifted, loyalty broke. The royal throne was no longer secure. His father lost everything, and in a moment, the life Abu Yazid knew disappeared. The palace that once protected him became a place of danger. He had only one choice: to run. With a small group of loyal warriors, men who believed in him, he fled into exile, leaving behind wealth, power, and identity. He was no longer a prince of a kingdom. He was a man, searching for survival. His journey was long and unforgiving. Across dry lands and burning deserts, Abu Yazid and his men traveled endlessly. They passed through Palestine, moved across the ancient lands of Egypt, and pushed deeper into the vast regions of Africa. The sun was merciless. Food was scarce. Water was uncertain. Every step tested their strength, their loyalty, and their hope. But Abu Yazid did not stop, because deep within him burned something stronger than fear, a desire not just to survive, but to rise again. Eventually, his journey led him to the great kingdom of Borno, a land of power, structure, and authority. There he was welcomed by the Mai, the king. He was treated with honor, given shelter, respected as a man of status. But beneath that calm surface, something was growing: ambition. Abu Yazid had not forgotten who he was. He had once been destined to rule, and now standing in a foreign kingdom with loyal warriors beside him. He began to think again. Quietly, he started to plan. What if he could take the throne? What if this kingdom could become his? With his men still loyal, the idea did not seem impossible. But the Mai of Borno was not a foolish ruler. He sensed the danger. He saw the ambition in Abu Yazid's eyes. And before any rebellion could begin, he acted. Instead of war, the king chose wisdom. He offered his daughter Magira in marriage, a powerful move. It turned a potential enemy into family. It brought peace without bloodshed. Abu Yazid accepted. But even as peace settled, the balance of power was quietly shifting. The Mai had one final plan. He asked Abu Yazid to lend him some of his soldiers for military campaigns. Abu Yazid agreed, but this decision changed everything. Separated from his full strength, his influence weakened, and in that moment he understood. This was no longer a place where he could rise. So once again, he chose to leave. His journey brought him to the ancient city of Daura. But this land carried its own burden. The people lived in fear. A terrible force controlled their lives. A deadly serpent guarded the only well in the city. Water, the source of life, was controlled. Hope was fading. Even the ruler, Queen Daura, could not stop it. Then one night, Abu Yazid made a decision that would change everything. He would face the serpent, alone. In the silence of darkness, he approached the well. The air was heavy. The ground trembled. Then it appeared, massive, terrifying, deadly. But he did not run. With nothing but courage and a sword, he fought. The battle was fierce, and in one final powerful strike, he killed it. To reward his bravery, Queen Daura married him. From their union came a son, Bawo. From Bawo came the rulers of the great Hausa kingdoms: Kano, Katsina, Zaria, Gobir, Rano, Biram, and Dora. A legacy was born. A civilization began. From exile to legend, from struggle to power. The story of Bayajidda is not just history, it is an identity. And whether myth or truth, it shaped a people and built a civilization. If you enjoy the story and want more stories like this, subscribe to the channel at Africa Folktales, Movies and Storytelling.